Hey everyone, wvander here with DC Title Guy and Stewart Title. In today's video, I want to talk about something that's very important to me, and that is why I think title company joint ventures are a contributing factor to why people are losing their jobs at title companies. Okay, I'm going to preface this video. I'm not going to crap on real estate teams for signing joint ventures. I'm actually not even going to crap on joint ventures. I just want to educate people on what has happened and what's currently happening now. Okay, so we can probably agree that the market we're in now is completely different than the market we were in 7 months ago, right? So around the last quarter of 2021, November, December-ish, we started to see things slow down a little bit. Okay, and that's normal because we couldn't keep going at the rat race we were all on for 2 years, and our escrow staff was probably going to walk out if things continued on the way that it was, because they had no life and they were killing it, right? So once we swung around into 2022, here's what we saw: record low inventory, the lowest inventory we'd ever seen in the country. And because rates are at 3.5%, everybody's out trying to buy a house, right? We saw what happened, right? People were buying homes $100,000 over asking, sometimes even more, with little to no inventory, right? So it's supply and demand. So the Federal Reserve realized that there was maybe a recession potentially coming, or to heed one off. They started to raise the rates back up to where they maybe should be. And then they saw inflation numbers going crazy because so much money flooded the market, and they started to raise them up even more. Now we're at a point where they're roughly 7%. Well, they've doubled in the span of 7 months. Interest rates have never doubled over the course of a 12-month period of time in history, okay? So once title companies started to see things shifting, they had to go scramble to generate business. And I get it. There's many ways to generate business in the real estate space, right? Title space. But a lot of these other title companies, they don't have skilled business development people, right? They don't have them. They don't want to pay for them. They don't want to train them. They don't have them, whatever, okay? Secondly, so because the business started to slow down, they had to go figure out a way to do it, go get revenue in the door. So instead of signing joint ventures with real estate brokerages, they signed joint ventures with real estate teams, okay? They would get 4, 5, 6 real estate teams, and they would sign them to a joint venture. They'd put them together, and that was one joint venture. So basically, hey, I need X amount of transactions from you, and when we hit a certain level of whatever, you're gonna get 40% profit back to you. What a huge win for those real estate teams. And I don't fault them for signing those, right? Because I get it, it's a revenue stream. But we are not in that space anymore. And we're not going to be in that space for a long, long time, right? We're gonna be in this market for a while, maybe through summer, I don't know, I'm not on the crystal ball, but potentially, okay? So what's happening, and I get it, there's attrition. When there's a retraction in the market, there's gonna be retraction in employees. I get that. But if those real estate joint ventures are still occurring, it's a big problem, and here's why. So a title company, our profit margins are low, okay? We're a volume business, and right now there's not a lot of volume, okay? So we're fighting for every deal, trying to keep all the money we can. Refi business is basically down to nothing, right? Who's refinancing, right? Unless you really have to. It's a divorce situation, it's a buyout or whatever. Purchase business is down, right? So if your purchase business is down 50%, you have no refi business, and the business you are getting from the joint venture, you have to give away 40% of that money, what do you think that means? There's not enough meat on the bone to keep things rolling at the same pace. And what that means is you have to get rid of employees. Employees are the number one expense a title company has, and that means Susie Smith, who's a single mom, who's an assistant processor, who's a post-closer, who sits at a front desk, they're going to lose their jobs, and they are losing their jobs, okay? And the thing is it worth it if you're making a lot of money in real estate, or you've made a lot of money in real estate, for you to get a little bit extra so that somebody else can lose their job? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Why don't you focus on what you focus on? Focus on real estate, we'll focus on title, lenders focus on lending, and everyone does what they do best to create revenue and healthy businesses for themselves. I get trying to create other revenue streams, right? I understand that. But at the cost of what? At the cost of what? At the cost of people? At the cost of jobs? At the cost of a single parent not be able to feed their family? And I know what you're probably thinking, well, they'll go find another job. I get that. They could go find another job, but they already have a job. So I think, in my opinion, that real estate companies or real estate teams who have these joint ventures need to do a hard look at their business model and see, do I need to continue to do this? Why did I sign this in the first place? Is this really the best title company that I should be working with? Are they helping to support my business right now in a tough time? Because if there's no meat on the bone, there's no help coming on the marketing side. They're not going to help you with anything else. They don't have money to pay for any sponsorships or do anything like that. There's nothing there. So relook at your business, figure out if this is worth it, realize, and maybe you don't realize that people have lost their jobs because of this. Take a look at it and maybe say to yourself, you know what? I don't need a joint venture. I'm going to go create business on my own. I think this person needs to keep their job, and let's keep things going. So I'm Vander, and I'm with Stewart Title. This is my opinion. This is not Stewart Title's opinion. This is my opinion. Okay? Comment below what you think. If I said something that's wrong, I want to hear it, right? I'm Vander, DCTitleGuide.com. Thanks for watching.